and you're not negative on stocks, Jake, but you are kind of pointing to the liquidity and to the, I guess, FOMO, fear of missing out, as one of the primary reasons for it, not necessarily that fundamentals are or valuations are all that reasonable.
Good morning, Joe. Yes, I'm very constructive on crypto. At this stage, we have to think back to when it all started. Bitcoin has been in play now for about 12 years. At this stage, you have over 200 exchanges that you can trade crypto on, and about 14% of American adults actually own crypto. I think when we think back, over the course of our lives, we started buying things with cash. And then someone came up with the idea of using a check. And then someone came up with the idea of using plastic. And then someone came up with the idea of e-payments. And I think that the use of crypto through the whole concept of a wallet is kind of where we're going to go from here. And I think that bodes well for crypto overall in terms of its adoption rate over the course of the next 5 to 10 years. At this stage, there are major companies accepting crypto as a form of payment. Starbucks, AT&T, PayPal, Overstock.com. And so I think it'd be a mistake to ignore this asset class, which really, for a lot of us, has looked a lot like the Wild West for the last 5 or so years. But if we see a stall in the U.S. equity market and a rise in crypto, I think the herd mentality could take over here, and you could see a lot of liquidity flowing out of stocks and into cryptocurrencies. And if crypto outperforms equity, I think it legitimizes crypto as an asset class from a diversification standpoint.
Heretofore, that hasn't happened in terms of the non-correlation. If stocks went down, you think the money goes into crypto. That's not what happens. When stocks go down, crypto gets crushed, sometimes doubling and tripling the sell-off in the averages.
Correct. You've seen double the volatility in crypto. But I don't think that necessarily holds into the foreseeable future. It's easy to look back on stocks and say, when they go down, everything tends to go down with them, and that is certainly true. But we also haven't had but one double-digit down market in the U.S. equity market, over the course of the last 10 years. I mean, you really have to think back to 2008 for the last double-digit correction in the U.S. equity market. So my prediction for the foreseeable future, and given that crypto has sold off quite a bit here in the last quarter, is that it does have a strong possibility of outperforming equities